How's it going, aliens? My name's iALiEN. Today I'm back on another Identity 5 video, and as you can see, we are back on the Chinese client of Identity 5 to make today's video. Oops, low battery. Today's video will be the best hunter persona for every single hunter in the game, and similar to how I did the survivor persona video, I will be showing you the top builds that each main of these hunters uses, so that you can see what the best players in the best server use. Let's get right into the video. Okay, before I get into the persona builds, I do want to plug my Discord server. The link will be in the pinned comment below, as well as in the description below. So go click the link and join the server today. Okay, let's get into the builds. First, I'll show you the leaderboard again. So 100th is 11 stars now, and 51 is no more ranked survivor, and for hunter it's only 31 stars. That's a 20 star difference, and for 100th it's 6 instead of 11. 41% win rate, 47% win rate. So yeah, you can see 74% win rate. So 41 versus 74, 73, 75. Okay. So yeah, you can see how quote unquote balanced this game is. Okay, let's get into the hunters. We'll just start from the top and go on. So first we'll start with Ember. Number 1 actually has a lot of points on him at 8,500 and is a dragon with 7 stars. Over 1,400 wins. That's crazy. Manticore 3. Manticore 3. So the number 1 they use detention, trump card, max hunt, and rage. So I mean, this is the Ember with 8,500 points, evil dragon, 1,400 wins. So I think this is basically the definitive build for you to use. But just in case you want to see others, you also have this one: detention, max hunt, max berserker, wanted order, and max survivor's instinct. I mean, not survivor instinct. I think it's hunter instinct. Whichever one's the one that gives you movement speed before first presence. This is number 3. So similar builds. Let's get into Ripper. Number 1 Ripper has 9,200 points and is a dragon with 14 stars. Number 1 Ripper, up, down, max control freak, tinnitus, and panic. Number 4 trump card, detention, the stun persona, announcement, tinnitus, rage, and berserker. Same build. So for Ripper, you can either go up, down, or you can go down, right. It also depends on maps. So maybe on a map like Orange Factory, you tend to go more up and down instead of down, right, because you need confined space and pallet breaking a lot more on that map. But those are the Ripper builds. Next is Feaster at 9,700 points. Number 1 Feaster has 19 stars in Evil Dragon. So he's the highest we've seen so far. So they are using detention, trump, the stun persona, max control freak, and berserker. And this is very similar to the build I use on Feaster, except I don't use the stun, I just put it in berserker. But as you can see, Feaster does not need Tinnitus, and this is because you can use his tentacles as a built-in Tinnitus. Whenever your tentacles are charging early game, that means someone is by you. So if your tentacles are charging, that's basically the ear mark popping up. So you don't need Tinnitus on Feaster. Control Freak works well to get people to save after half. And this is a different build, but same format, no Tinnitus. Detention Trump. And he's using Tinnitus, but you don't need it. There's no need for Tinnitus. It's good just because it's easier to see, and late game it's easier, but you don't need it on Feaster. Next is Bloody Queen, only 8,500 points, and that's because she's banned. So this is the definitive build for Bloody Queen. This is also the build I use on her. It's Detention, Trump, Wanted Order, Berserker, Claustrophobia, and Tinnitus. This is the best build. Wanted Order is very good on Bloody Queen. Of course, you only put one stack in it because max Wanted Order isn't worth it. You use Tinnitus, Detention Trump, one in Berserker, which is good, and then you use Claustrophobia because with Claustrophobia, it basically makes it impossible to lose with Bloody Queen because she counters borrow time. So let's say you hit a survivor and then they use borrow time and pop the cipher, and there's 4 survivors left. If you then just use your mirror, make sure to hit them regular, not with your mirror. So as soon as you hit them and they pop borrow time, then you use your mirror and you get a free hit. Once you get the free hit, they're dead. So you put them on chair, they're dead, and then you teleport because you would have switched from blink to teleport by this point. And then you just teleport to the gate, and because of Claustrophobia, the gate will not be open. It will never be open. So, and then it's a tie. So this guarantees you basically will never lose with Bloody Queen if you know what you're doing. And of course, mini games, it won't come down to that, but for 1 point to basically guarantee a tie on a game you get cipher rushed and beaten, it's very worth it. Similar build right here. A similar build. Of course, they're all dragons, because she is currently the best hunter in the game. Clown, 9,800 points, pretty good. He's been a clown main for a long time. Yeah, 1,700 wins. So that's a lot of games with clown. $25 stars, 25 stars, 5 stars, 11 stars. So this is the clown build: Detention, Insolence, Tinnitus, Max, Stun Recovery, Max Rage, and the Stun. So this is what he's using, but this is definitely against the team of stunners. If there's no stunners, there's no reason to use this. Number 2 clown is using no detention. He's going left up, which is also a popular clown build. He's also going for the 10% attack recovery, max stun, stun persona, Tinnitus. Left up, same thing. So meta for clown seems to be Insolence for sure. Insolence for sure, and then either detention or confined space depending on the map. And then the building a lot into stun, because stunners kill clown probably more than any other hunter. Gamekeeper, he recently got buffed, so he's no longer the joke of Identity 5. He's a pretty decent hunter now. Not great, but decent. Number 1 has 8,600 points and is a dragon. So they're using Detention, Max Control Freak, Warn and Palette Breaking, Claustrophobia, Tinnitus, Panic, and Wanted Order. Why do they all have their build locked? Literally every single Gamekeeper main. Detention, Trump, Wanted Order, Control Freak. So meta for him seems to be Control Freak. Control Freak is really good because for Gamekeeper to win, he really needs to get a Terror Shock on the first save. The best part about Gamekeeper is that he can actually stuff a mercenary. But to do this, you have to Terror Shock hook him and then hit, and it's a stuff, and then you basically win. If you do not do this, you will tie. This is with you getting a quick down. If you don't get a quick, 60 seconds or less down, then you'll lose. But if you get a quick 60 seconds or less down and you cannot stuff the rescuer, then you will tie because of Cypher Rush and Mechanic. But if you can stuff the mercenary, then you can win. So Control Freak is really good for this because it will, if you don't get the stuff, it will force them to save after halfway, which can also get you the win because you made them save after half. Detention, of course. Tinnitus, of course. And then if you want Trump card, you can use that, which is popular, or you don't necessarily have to use it. That's up to you. Next is Soul Weaver. Almost 10,000 points. She's been the number 1 in character knowledge points forever. Her buff kind of hurt. Her nerf kind of hurt that, but so far she's still the highest in points we've seen. 25 stars, 22 stars, 16. So Spider is a trump card hunter besides on Arms Factory where you can go up down. So Detention, Trump, Tinnitus, and then they are going the Stun Persona, Rage, Berserker, and Claustrophobia. They are using up down, double pallet breaking, max Berserker, Stun Persona, Claustrophobia, Tinnitus, and Rage. So those are the builds for Spider. You can use Max Berserker. It used to be much better on her when you didn't have to refresh the webs with new ones, because it would be insane if you had triple web and Max Berserker, the attack recovery you got. Now that it's much tougher to accomplish that, it's not as good as before, but it's still great, and you can stuff rescues with it. With her nerf, it also hurt her chase a little bit, so pallet breaking speed is not bad on her. But for the most part, you just want to go Detention and Trump card, Tinnitus, and Berserker. Next is Geisha, 9,700 points. Evil Dragon, 9 stars. 11 stars. 6 stars. So the number 1 is using Detention, Stun Persona, Berserker, and Rage. Four stars. They're using a similar build. So Geisha is really, this has always been meta build for Geisha. It's the same as always. I have seen a lot of Geishas start to use Trump card, but it's not, it's okay on her, but it's usually just for Geishas that need help in chase, so they need Peeper or Blink. But if you're a pure Geisha, then you shouldn't need anything like that to help you chase, because you're hurting your mobility and you are hurting your chances of winning. You are more likely to tie with a Geisha Blink than win, because you have no camping ability. So Geisha Blink is just a tie. So this is meta build for Geisha. Next is Wu Chang, 9,000 points. Evil Dragon, 14 stars. Evil Dragon, 8 stars. 4 stars. So they are using Insolence, Detention, Tinnitus, Impact, and Max Control Freak. Number 3 is using the more standard Wu Chang build that you see, which is up, down, Berserker, Rage, Claustrophobia, and Tinnitus. Number 5 is using another common Wu Chang build. So meta for Wu Chang is really up, down. You can go Confined if you want it, or you can put that point of Confined into something else. But as you can see, the number one does use Insolence, and I've always thought Insolence on Wu Chang was actually a pretty decent idea, especially with the 120 persona, because you get a hit with the teleport, and now you have your ability. So it helps you get your first down. So Photographer at 10,000 points. That's the highest we have seen so far, I believe. 24 stars. 15 stars. And 12. Number 1 is using Detention. Trump card, Wanted Order. Stun Persona, Tinnitus, and Berserker. Similar build. And similar build. In the new meta of Photographer, now this is always going to be my favorite build for photo. Only I would take out the stun and put it into Wanted Order, but that's always going to be my favorite build for photo, because it boosts your best stats, which is pallet breaking and attack recovery, and it makes it the fastest in the game while giving you everything else. And photo doesn't need Detention, but in the new meta, you see a lot of hunters starting to use Detention on him, because it's tougher to get wins now without it. So downright is meta on photo. Next is Mad Eyes at 9,700 points. 24 stars. 24 stars. 26 stars. So number 3 uses this build for Mad Eyes. He goes Confined, Max Hunt, Max Rage, Double and Berserker, Stun, the persona that increases your speed at the start, and then more attack recovery. The new meta for Mad Eyes is to chase first instead of using your walls at first. So because of this, you want to build the best chase build you can. So that includes pallet breaking, confined space, and max hunt. Then attack recovery is great because you use your walls when camping, but since they're nerfed, you need the attack recovery. So that's why he puts some in Berserker and Inertia. And then he, for more chase, he has this one, and he also has the stunning persona in case you're facing a stunner. It helps your chase against them. And this is just a variation of this build. So this is the meta build for Mad Eyes right now, and the meta playstyle for him is to chase first. Next is Dream Witch at 9,800 points. 27 stars. 25 stars. 8 stars. So this is really the common build for Dream Witch. I use the same thing, only I would take one out of Berserker and put it in Claustrophobia. But this is the build you want to use on her. Every top Dream Witch for the most part is going to have this build. Next is Axeboy at 9,000 points. 8 stars. 2 stars. So the number one is using this. Up, down, Wanted Order, Stun, Berserker, and Tinnitus. They're also using the same build. And this one's using Trump Card. So the two builds you can use for Axeboy is really down, right, down, up. But the best ones will use down, up. Down, up is tougher. Anytime a hunter uses down, up over down, right, it's tougher because you have to be more skilled at that hunter and you have to really trust in yourself. Because down, right basically gives you free ties a lot of the time because it allows you to use blink on your hunter, which gives you a free hit. So you're getting a free hit from blink that you usually would not get. Or let's say you use blink on up down, what Trump Card is giving you is now teleport at the end so that you can teleport in game and get the tie. So Trump Card is really more of a handicap for some hunters, while it's meta for others. Hunters like Ripper and Spider and Dream Witch and Bloody Queen and Feaster, it's meta. It's not a handicap. That's the best build. But for other hunters like Wu Chang, Geisha, Axeboy, using Trump Card is a handicap more than anything. But it's still a great build, of course. But if you really trust in your abilities with the hunters I just named, then up down is definitely the best build for you to use. Next is Lizard, Evil Reptilian, 9,400 points, 15 stars, 1 star. So the number one uses up, down, stun, 2 in rage, 1 in berserker and tinnitus. Number 2 uses trump card. Number 3 uses insolence. Number 4 uses up, down. So Lizard has a lot of different builds for you to use. I think this is more for playstyle. When I use Lizard, I usually use down, left. I use insolence because it really helps your chase. Blink and insolence, if you're good with him, that basically guarantees you a down before 3 seconds, and then you just have to rely on your camping to give you either the win or the tie. That's what I prefer to use, but of course you can also use down up because that's good for his chase, but in a different way. Or you can use trump card, more of a handicap down right if you want that. And Lizard needs a buff, by the way. I really think he deserves a buff. And lastly is Guard 26, and it actually comes with the highest at 10.1k 9.8k, 9k. He's very underrated. He's a very good hunter. Very good hunter. He has good chase and good camping. So Trump detention. That's what the number 1 is using. Number 2 is using this build. A mixture of everything, which I've seen a lot as a popular build for Bonbon. And this one's using this. So this seems to be more the meta build for him. Trump card's good on him. But the reason you cannot go with detention, because guard 26 basically lives or dies by his camping. If you're going to win a game with him, it's not going to be because of detention. It's going to be because you stuffed the rescuer, or at least double hit them, or at least made them save after halfway. That's what's going to win you a game with him. Not, teleport detention like Dream Witch or something. So because of that, you don't need detention on him. You just have to make sure your camping is the best it can be, and your chase is good enough to get someone before 3 ciphers pop. So this is a meta build on him, and also downright. That does it for all the Persona builds. I hope you did enjoy this video, and I hope it helped you out. If you did enjoy this video, please give a like, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe to the channel. And that'll be all for the video. Bye.